Hey guys, this is Coach Bill with Bill Mabry Online Coaching. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. Hey, I want to talk a little bit today, guys, about type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetes amongst the young and the old. Guys, it's ending up to be at a very, very high rise in the young and the old who are getting diagnosed with type 2 diabetes and fatty liver disease, which is one of the causes or side effects of type 2 diabetes. And if you guys follow me, know that I talk a lot about diabetes. And the reason for that is because I've been working with type 2 diabetics and even type 1 diabetics for quite a few years now. And I'm currently, in the last 3 or 4 years, have been working with quite a few because it is now a major epidemic and it's one of the major medical issues that is causing people to have major issues when they have COVID. I mean, the medical professionals and the media has been saying that obesity and type 2 diabetes are the top two medical issues when it comes to COVID as far as people having major symptoms. But the issue is because of the shutdown in the last 2 years, type 2 diabetes has escalated in the last year or two, and more so in the last 6 months. The issue I'm seeing, guys, is that I don't think people who have type 2 diabetes or pre-diabetes really realize how serious this disease is and how the side effects, if over a long period of time, is going to cause major, major medical issues the longer you have it. And what's really I'm seeing also is a lot of the medical professionals who are actually treating patients, type 2 diabetics and fatty liver disease, aren't actually telling them the whole story. And that's an issue. The public needs to realize if you have type 2 diabetes or if you know somebody has type 2 diabetes, you have to research it. You got to research the side effects to it. And what's really sad is a lot of the medical professionals are actually prescribing right off the bat diabetic medication and insulin. And they're not telling their patients the side effects of both pill medication and what the side effect is as far as insulin injections. And one of the biggest side effects out there that I'm getting questions on is how insulin injections are causing weight gain, or it's causing the patient who is taking insulin injections. They just can't lose that belly fat and body fat. And if you follow science, that is exactly what insulin injection does. It increases your blood glucose levels, which is going to cause you to do what? It's going to cause you to gain uh, fat, or more fat cells. So but the doctors aren't telling their patients this. They're not telling their patients that one of the major side effects of insulin injections and the medication is going to be weight gain. And when I'm working with a type 2 diabetic, I have to explain to him that if you're taking any amount of units of insulin injection, or even if you're taking the medication, don't worry about the weight yet. What you need to worry about is reversing the type 2 diabetes or fatty liver disease naturally. That's the other thing. Why aren't these doctors telling their patients that they can actually reverse type 2 diabetes and fatty liver disease without taking the injections, and by doing it by changing the type of foods you're eating and how often you're eating, and also by changing the type of water you're drinking? That also helps to regulate blood glucose levels in the blood. It's hydration. But it needs to be a certain type of water. You can't be drinking bottled water because that causes the blood to be more acidic. But the problem, guys, is the lack of communication that most doctors um, are having with their clients or their patients, or if it's a health professional, that they're not telling them that the insulin is actually causing them to gain more body fat. And until you actually reverse it by doing it naturally and controlling the root cause, which is another thing that the doctors aren't saying, is insulin resistance. And what's causing the insulin resistance? Mostly driven by certain types of food, causing a hormone, insulin, to be completely out of control. And that's what's causing the weight gain. And on top of that, you're taking more insulin injections, so you're dumping more insulin into your blood, causing higher glucose levels. And most doctors that have been working with their patients for decades, who are doing it naturally and reversing it with changing the types of food they're eating and how often they're eating, will always tell you that the medication or the insulin will never reverse type 2 diabetes. So guys, what I did was I did a training blog post. It's in my website. It's billmabrycoaching.com. It's a training website for you guys to go to. All you have to do is hit the blog post, and it's in more detail explaining insulin resistance, which is the root cause of type 2 diabetes, and what the root cause of insulin resistance is. And it also gives you more specific information about insulin injections and how it actually causes you to gain more body fat, and why when you're on insulin, you're just not going to lose that belly fat or body fat. And why you must reverse your type 2 diabetes or your fatty liver disease first. Get yourself into a healthy blood sugar level, which means most doctors are saying you got to get below 100. That's where you need to be. And it's better to be around 84 or less in your blood sugars. You got to get your A1C down to 5.2 or less, 4.9, 4.8. That's where you got to be. So guys, again, if you want to know how to reverse type 2 diabetes, go to my website, billmabrycoaching.com. Check out my packages and courses that will actually help you to reverse type 2 diabetes. It's the same way science has been talking about. It's the same way we do the same program as most doctors who are actually reversing type 2 diabetes naturally, by changing the foods their clients are eating and how often they're eating. We use the same program, but we go one step further. We have a tool that we are able to keep you accountable to make sure that the root cause of your insulin resistance is under control, and that we're controlling the hormones that are actually causing you to not be able to lose that belly fat or body fat. Okay, guys? So again, go to my billmabrycoaching.com. Check out my courses and check out my packages, and we'll see you guys at the next video.